It's almost like a normal everyday situation to find children on the streets and in neighborhoods engaging in some form of trade or a certain energy in areas far beyond their capacity. But what you perhaps didn't know is that child labor, hawking and street begging all constitute violence against children. More worrisome is the statistics around this subject. Results from a national survey conducted in 2014 states that 6 out of every 10 children experience some form of violence before turning adolescents. 1 out of every 4 girls and 1 out of every 10 boys are sexually abused. Half of all children experience violence. 1 out of every 6 girls and 1 out of every 5 boys experience emotional violence. It also states that girls significantly are likely to experience both sexually and physical violence than other forms of violence combined. Violence against children are in 3 categories: physical violence, sexual violence, and emotional violence. Incidentally, perpetrators are overwhelmingly people with whom children interact daily, the survey says.
Young boys of also that age are caught playing gay, what they call it gay, when men use these children, to satisfy their urge, and they are paid. And it's painful that some parents even, accept the money brought by this literature without even finding what it is meant for.
When you talk down on a child, that's an abuse. Hitting with a fist, kicking, whipping, beating with an object, choking, whether it results in obvious physical or mental injury, has been defined as violence against children. Female genital mutilation, child bride, and all forms of sexual abuse is violence against children. Interestingly, preventing violence and responding adequately to aid has been linked to sustainable development of Nigeria as a nation.
24 states in Nigeria have domesticated the Child Rights Act. The implementation is what the problem is. It's the implementation. We all know what is good from what is bad. Government, have they done anything? One would put, a big red mark on it.
September of last year, the president launched the Year of Action to End Violence Against Children and asked all states to domesticate same. But just as in the Child Rights Act of 2003, only Lagos has taken action to end violence against children with priority actions.
I've witnessed a lot, like the woman in my area, she beats her children with firewood and a lot of, sharp objects. And I think they should also be educated, not just the teachers, the students, the parents outside too. Because if we get home now, we tell them that this is what we've learned today, they won't believe us.
In some states across the country, however, groups, faith-based communities, individuals are speaking up against the vice, advising on where help can be sought. The call to action is actually everyone's responsibility. Let's all help to name and shame perpetrators and collectively end violence in whatever form against children, irrespective of cultural, religious, and traditional preferences. Olu Phillips, Channels Television News.